Welcome back to part 2. We're going to pick up where we left off from that first part 1 video. So we've got something that's been walking around. So all of these vertical lines are, what you'd expect for like footsteps and kind of shuffling up close. The more defined they are, the closer. So you can see here that we've got, well, let's just play it and let's see what I'm going to say. Yeah, so whatever this thing is, it's making a lot of noise. I don't know if you can tell if it's bipedal. I'm not really good at that yet. I start thinking I hear that it's 2 feet, and then I'll hear something that makes me think it's 4. So I'm still not very good at that. So if you guys have some opinions, feel free to comment. All right, we're scrolling over to our next thing, which is right here. Hopefully you can hear that. I'm going to cut some of these insects out a little bit more. It's a who. They're like, woo. What's odd about it is it's isolated. And it just, I don't know, something about it doesn't sound like an owl, but it's far away, so that could be it too. Anyway, just sounds a little strange. It's down at that frequency where you would expect the great horned owl to be. I don't know, it could be an owl. All right, let's see what this one is. Okay, that sounded like a barred owl. Yeah, okay, interesting. So we've got what's, I'm pretty sure is a barred owl. Just that little hoo-ah that you normally hear. And then it sounds like it sounds kind of like a dog. It also sounds kind of like a whoop. And there's 2 of them. So listen again. What makes it interesting is that if it was a dog, you would expect to see more. Like, dogs don't typically just do a bark and then another bark and then they're done. Like, they like to go on for a while. So, again, it could be a dog, but it is interesting. I don't remember what this thing is here, but it does look kind of interesting, like a knock, but it's probably just a little stick break. Let's hear. Yeah, that's just a stick break. Okay, so that's what that one is. Then we have something else here. Ooh, kind of a far away knock, but that one is very knock-like. I don't think that was close, but it did sound like a knock. All right, let's see what we have here. Ooh, okay. Another knock, it sounds like. further away. And that one is about 2 minutes, not even, less than 2 minutes apart. So it could have been a response. Again, not real, not the big Louisville slugger. This is more of a tap, but it's significant enough that it really does sound like something more than just a stick falling to the ground or somebody stepping on a stick, in my opinion. I'm no expert. All right, let's see what this is. I don't know about you, that sounds like a knock to me. About 10 minutes later. Kind of crazy, huh? And that's in the left ear. Sounds a lot closer. Kind of cool. And we're at around 1:27 in the morning. Kind of a lot to get to, so I want to move a little quicker through this. Here we go. All right, let's see what we have here. This to me looks like maybe barred owl. Okay. Yeah, so that's just a barred owl. I think I wanted to just bring it up because, you know, a lot of people don't know that that's what these things do. They don't just have one hoot. They've got several things, and this is one of the ones. If you're close and you hear it, it's going to freak you out. Yeah, it's going to freak you out, especially if you are a Bigfoot believer and you're kind of sensitive to that or paying attention to that when you're out there. When you hear that, you're like, oh, there it is. Always let it play out. It does eventually sound like an owl, but that first scream can really send chills down your spine. I know firsthand. Okay, let's look at this one. Whatever it is, it's not close. I think it's going to be this arc. Okay, that's really hard to hear. I'm going to play it again, but I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. So it could be a coyote. It's just so far away, you just don't know. But I think we have more here. So. Whatever it is has the dogs barking. Yeah, that sounded like coyotes there. Yeah. Okay, so that sounds very much like what you would expect a coyote to sound like at a distance. Okay, and then this last one right here. Let's see what we've got. Okay, yeah, it's going to be this little, probably a howl. Okay, so maybe that's the same coyote. It's just so far away, it's really, really hard to pinpoint what it is. Some sort of howl for sure. All right, we'll go on to the next clip. There. Quite a few on this one. See if we can get that to kind of populate. There we go. Okay, this looks strange. Yeah, okay, that was a dog, and then it sounded like a knock. Yeah. Okay. All right, that sounded a lot like a tree being knocked over. I guess that's a common thing. There's really no wind blowing, hardly at all, but I suppose that happens. Or they get pushed over. Let's see what we have here. Looks kind of small. Okay. It's probably a cow. Once more. Probably a cow. The only weird thing is that I'm not... Usually when there's a cow, you'll hear a lot of cows. Or you'll hear the same cow a lot. And in this case, it was just that one. But doesn't mean it's not a cow. All right, let's see what this is. Well, it sounds like a... Excuse me, it sounds like a knock at first, but then it sounds like, I don't know, something breaking off a tree. Listen again. Yeah, I don't know. It might be something completely natural. All right, let's see what we have here. Kind of the same thing. This might be, well, let's just listen again. Yeah, I don't know what's causing it. I mean, it doesn't sound completely unusual, but kind of makes you wonder what exactly it is. This kind of looks interesting. So that was a dog barking, and then something big. Yeah, I'm not sure. Something big. The dog actually sounds closer. Okay, moving along. We've got some more over here. I think I saw. Okay. See, this looks good. All right, what I'm going to do, I can already tell the insects have shifted. So I'm going, oh, I know, we're in a new clip, that's why. Okay, sorry. All right, let's listen again. Almost like something crying. Again, not real close, so kind of obscured. I forgot why I didn't mark this. That sounds like something breaks and falls to the ground. Yeah. And you probably heard that crying again. I think I have another one over here marked. Yeah. Wait for my spectrogram to catch up. Okay, yeah, very low thud. Now let's listen. Yeah, kind of weird, huh? Yeah, let's, I don't think I have the lows cut on this. Let me double check though. No, I don't have any of the lows cut. Sounds kind of like a car door. You can see these again. That's that, I forgot what they're called. Some kind of a beetle that likes to hang out in dead logs. But it makes that clicking sound like a watch ticking. Very disturbing. Sounds like a time bomb from like a movie. All right, what do we have here? So far, pretty consistent with a coyote, but could be something else. We can listen one more time. It may be the same thing we've been listening to, but it's just getting a little bit closer. Yeah, that last little part there was kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know. If it was a little bit closer, we would have a better idea. When it's so far away like that, there's just so many possibilities. It's hard to really lock in on what it is. All right, that's it for that clip. Let's see what we have at the next one. Scoot up a little bit. All right, that sounds like a whistle. I mean, doesn't that sound like a whistle? Like someone's trying to get your attention? I don't know that owls do that. Yoo-hoo. So we have that, and then it looks like we're going to have some howls right here. Yeah, so those are barred owls, it sounds like. Except usually when they do that, they follow it up with a lower hoo-ah or two. But it also sounds like right in here there's a screech owl that's doing the little trill. So the combination of both of those is kind of cool. This is probably the barred owl kind of getting crazy. Let's see. Yeah. It is a little strange though, because you've got something else going on. I mean, this is about where you would expect to see the frequencies of those barred owls when they get all crazy. But it does sound like there's something back behind it, further away. But it's so far away that there's really no telling what. Okay, whatever this is, it's closer. Oh, this is probably the barred owl, just a hoo-ah, but let's see. It's definitely closer. Oops, I forgot. I have to click there first. Sorry, guys. Hang tight. Hang tight. We're getting back where we were. Okay. Wow, that's not where we were. Let me jump back. So marker number 2 is where I wanted to go. And I just blew right past it. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, so that was pretty clear. That signature is pretty defined and pretty perfect. I mean, just look at that. So that's another one that's further away. Yeah, so there's 2 of them at that point. Get back to where that was. Let's listen to this one more time. There's 2, one closer, one further away. But those are loud. I mean, there's a good echo behind the further one, the higher. Hear how that trailed off? Yeah. So that's pretty loud. Shape on this one looks kind of interesting, and this looks like an echo. You see how how long it is and how faded? So, could be an owl. Most likely is an owl, but the humidity has been a little bit lower lately, and anytime the humidity drops, we get better sound transfer, which means more echo, but also more clear initially. Okay, so again, that's most likely just a barred owl, but it's far away, so it makes a very kind of a hazy, fat signature compared to the ones we just saw that were much closer, that were much clearer. All right, let's see what this is. Okay. Distant knock. If you're listening with headphones on, that's in the right ear. Sounds like a knock to me. Let's see what we got here. All right, so there's a lot going on here. First and foremost, in all of the recordings that I do of coyotes, and I've been doing them all summer, and here we are in October, by no means am I an expert. I don't want to pretend to be. All I know is what I've been recording and what I've been hearing, and I don't hear a coyote make a sound like that. From what I've heard of wolves, this is much closer to what a wolf would sound like. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Could it actually be one of these dogs that are in the background? Because as you can hear, there's dogs with it. I don't know. Dogs sometimes make strange howls. That one sounds very sad, but it's clearly a lot different than what the coyotes sound like. So that's one of the things that's going on. Now, the other thing is this is kind of where we start hearing some of these real low frequency bangs. So as you can see down here, these little spikes, they almost look like little, this is like grass, and these are big, tall weeds growing up out of the grass. So these are just real, let's listen to them again. I'll back up to here. Something is banging or pounding. Yeah, so when I first heard that, I thought, oh, it's just, hooves. Maybe it's a hog or something, and it's just the hooves. But then it goes on for quite a while. And then it starts becoming a lot more rapid. I think I've got that marked a little bit later. All right, but it does go on for quite a lot. Okay, yeah, I've got this marked here. So now you can see whatever it is, it looks like it's getting closer just because it's a lot more defined. We're picking up higher frequencies than we were before. So let's listen to this. If somebody knows what this is and it's just some mundane thing, please let me know in the comments. Of course. Sorry. Okay. I don't know. Maybe that's something, but I've got another one that's a little further. Let's listen here. Okay, so what I'm thinking, because of how rapid it is right through here, if these were two front hooves of an animal and they were digging or doing something with their two front legs, paws, whatever, hooves, I think it would sound different than this. This sounds like rapid. I don't know. Like it's literally like in my mind, I picture something with a hand with a rock trying to break open, a clam or a turtle or something. right, so maybe not a clam or a turtle, maybe a tree, like they're trying to get some bark off. So yeah, I don't know what this is, but there's going to be more. Let's move along. More examples. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, I remember when I marked this, I thought, wow, this is really odd. All it is, the only thing of note here is how low, there's a very, very low frequency. It's almost inaudible. It's so low. It kind of almost makes your head hurt when you hear it. So this might, I don't know, it's like it's not what you would expect to see from wind. In other words, if there was wind that was causing this, you would expect to see a little bit more wind noise going on, but it's just basic background noise. You can see there's a little one there too, but it's the loudest here. It's just a little burst of very, very low frequency, probably sub 20. Yeah, sub 20 hertz. There we go. That's low. That's ultra low there. No idea what it is. And maybe it is something blowing into the mic. Who knows? But a little bit unusual. And I haven't been hearing it throughout the rest of the recordings. Although I think in the future up here I have another one. I don't know if you'll even be able to hear that. And it did sound kind of like a little knock right before it. Moving along here. Let's see what this is. Okay. Anyone want to guess that this might be a knock? When I first heard that, you know, it reminded me of somebody catching a baseball in a mitt. Right? That real solid kind of fastball. It's just real deep. I don't know. Maybe it's something most likely something fell out of a tree and hit the ground. Okay, moving along. Yeah, I know. Number 10. Let's see what we have here. That is so weird. I'm going to have to pull these bugs out a little bit. I think I might actually boost that frequency up a wee bit. All right, one more time. Maybe it's a bug. I don't know. It sounds weird. No clue what that is. But I thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah. That may be the last one on this clip anyway. Yes, that's it. All right, checking the next one. Well, we're getting through this. Well, we have a lot. 12 of them on this. That didn't work. Okay, so I don't think there's any doubt this is a barred owl, but it's close enough that you can actually really hear the end of this little hoo-ah is what I like to call it. But listen to the trill as it's kind of winding down. All right, so it's almost like a vibrato at the very end. I think that's a pretty good indicator that you're dealing with a real owl. So I'm always trying to find things that will help me determine if this is the actual animal or if it's something trying to imitate it. Because let's face it, you can drive yourself crazy doing this stuff if a Sasquatch could imitate any animal. So you're like, you know, is it an owl? Is it a Sasquatch? It could be either. Yeah, that's too much. Let's see what we got here. Okay, it's a knock. Yeah, again, more on the out of the right ear than the left ear. Scrolling along. I think we have 12 in this whole clip, so here's number 3. Yeah, so again, this is our, whatever it is, it's back at it. And that would be my dog. Now, did you hear how fast it was doing it right there? It's kind of subtle, but it sounds like it's going real fast. I just don't see the front hoof doing that. And it sounds kind of like a hard, something with a hard surface. That's, I mean, you know, could it be some small animal doing that with its little front feet, paws, whatever? I mean, maybe, but it sounds like more of a harder object than a small animal's foot. Yeah, like that. And there it almost sounds like a rock. So crazy. And this is at 3:48, 3:47 a.m. See what we have here. Yeah, same thing. just don't know. Well, whatever it is, they are busy. That must have been 12, yeah. Yeah, so, all right, so for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and end this here, and I will do a part 3, and hopefully part 3 will finish out the rest of this.